celebration. But whilst China's government commemorates today, countless numbers suffer at their hands. The mass concentration camps of Xinjiang, the eradication of freedom of speech and press in Hong Kong, the ongoing cultural genocide in southern Mongolia and Tibet. I am a 15-year-old Tibetan living in London, and some might say that I am not in any way directly affected. But I have the privilege of being born and raised in a country where I can choose to speak my language and develop and take pride in my Tibetan identity. My brothers and sisters in Tibet do not. In July, the Chinese authorities in Golo ordered the closure of a private Tibetan school. All students were advised to enroll in other government-affiliated schools. One of the teachers, Rinjinki, was arrested on charges of separatism. Her whereabouts remain unknown. In August this year, a charity school in Deorongbata was issued a closure warning notice by the local government. If the school did not switch to state-compiled textbooks and use the Chinese language to teach and conduct exams, then it would be closed. Sherab Dorji, a 19-year-old Tibetan boy in Ngaba, was arrested after submitting a petition appealing for his school to be allowed to teach in his language. Tibetan youth have been detained for having a conversation on WeChat, expressing concern about the replacement of Tibetan language in schools with Chinese. And meanwhile, new targeted government military camps are being established for Tibet's youth in Yinti. The motive for all these incidents are, of course, political. By closing schools, China hopes to eliminate the Tibetan language. The military camp's true purpose is to instill Chinese nationalism into their young. China hopes to eradicate Tibetan identity. It is robbing a generation of Tibetan children their rights to their language, their culture, their heritage. This is cultural genocide. And we have seen what happens when those inside Tibet speak, even amongst themselves. China silences their voices because they know that when people speak up about injustice, they can bring about change. Here's another Martin Luther King Jr. quote: "To ignore evil is to become accomplice to it." In primary school, we had assemblies about bullying. They always remembered to tell us, if you witness bullying and you do nothing, you are a bystander, because you saw injustice and you decided to avert your eyes. And bystanders to us 9 and 10-year-old children might just have been some of the worst people imaginable, second only to bullies. So to everyone, speak up for our brothers and sisters who cannot speak up for themselves. Speak up for each other. Don't be a bystander. Because as Martin Luther King Jr. said, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Young Tibetan girl from Tibetan Community in Britain. Clearly says that our struggle is still alive. No matter what, China, our struggle is still alive.